Today we're removing the front door panel, Bose speaker and amplifier from a Mazda RX-8. With a pick tool we're going to move to the door open handle area and open this small panel at the back of the cavity here to expose a Phillips screw. Remove this Phillips screw, and with the screw removed we can push the back edge of the panel towards the front of the car. This will help release this small panel. We can also pry it from the door to release several other clips. This panel will release and you can feed it over the door open handle to remove it and set it to the side. With your Phillips screwdriver, move down below the handhold. In the back corner is another hidden screw at the back. With your pry tool, pry the control panel from the door panel. The bottom edge will release. This will release with pry pressure. You can pull the bottom edge back and slightly pull it down to release the top edge of this panel. This will release it from the door panel. You can pull it back and access the two connectors at the back of this control panel. First connector has a trigger towards the center of it. You squeeze this trigger down, it will release the connector and you can remove it. The second connector on this panel has triggers on each side, and you need to squeeze both triggers in on each side to release the locks and remove this connector. This will allow you to free up the control panel and set it to the side. This also exposes one Phillips screw here in the control panel opening. Remove this screw and move with your pry bar to the top front of the door panel, prying the small triangular panel with the tweeter in it from the door panel. When the top edge releases, you can pull it up, remove the panel back, and access the connector. This connector has a trigger on one side that will release this panel. The tweeter here has two small Phillips screws that secure it to the panel. With your pry bar, move to the bottom back edge of the door panel, pry along the bottom of the door panel, up the front and rear edges of this door panel. As you're prying this panel away from the dash, these clips will release with pry pressure. We also have other removal instructions on our website for car stereo, amplifiers, and antennas, along with some technical help if needed. With all these clips released, you'll be able to pull the bottom edge of the door panel back away from the door. At the handhold, you want to place your hand into the opening and push the panel out so it will clear over the door open handle. Lift the door panel up out of the door jamb, and we're going to pull this panel slightly back from the door to access several connectors here. There is a connector for the LED lighting just above the control panel on the back side of the panel. This has a trigger on it. We can release the trigger and remove this connector. We're going to pull the door panel slightly forward a little bit more to access the courtesy light at the bottom back edge of the panel. This is more or less a twist to release connector, and this bulb will pop up out of its opening. This should free up the door panel and set it to the side. Check the door for any remaining clips that may not have removed with the door panel. Pry them from the door and place them in their corresponding spots on the door panel. One of the problems we ran into when removing this panel is the weather strippings separated from the door panel. We pulled the weather stripping back and straightened the flanges out on the side so that they are straight. They will match back up with small openings on the side of the door panel. And once these clips go back into their openings, you can push this panel down tightly and then go down underneath the edge of the weather stripping and bend those tabs back over to secure it in place. When reinstalling this panel and all your wires are connected, place the back edge of the door panel into the window jamb and slide the door panel back to mate to the back edge and place the remainder of the door panel in place. Now the Bose amplifier is located to the side of the Bose speaker, which is attached by 4 screws. There is a connector in front of the Bose amplifier that's attached that we're going to lift straight up to release the connector from its mount. This will give us a little bit of playroom, and we can remove the connector from the Bose amplifier. There are 4 screws that secure this Bose amplifier in place. We do repair this amplifier, and the Bose speaker is still available. Hope this video has been helpful. Please subscribe, and thank you for watching.